the greater good.
Hey everybody, Greater Good Mining here. Welcome to my Dartboard of Decision final results video. I've been putting a lot of work into these videos and my channel, so if you'd like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. I'll keep putting out content like this, and I'd really appreciate you subscribing. So anyway, if you saw my first Dartboard Decision video, I wasn't sure what algorithm to mine. I liked the idea of each one of the projects that I had on the dartboard, so I let fate decide by using the very sophisticated method of throwing darts. So if you haven't seen that video, it's a quick one. I'll leave the link in the description so you can watch it if you want to. But basically, I let the dart decide, and the fate decided in that video that I was going to be mining Ironfish. Sorry about the spoiler there. Should have done the spoiler alert thing. Anyway, so I switched my 6-card 3070 rig over, and I sorted out some decent overclocks, and I got to mining Ironfish. If you want to know my overclock settings that I had on that rig, I'll post a link in the description to the video that I made showing those overclocks. So hopefully that's helpful to you. I used hashrate.no for the current data on each of the coins. So let's go over each algorithm on the dartboard one at a time. Let's learn a little bit more about each one and see which one would have been the best to mine from a profitability standpoint. So I'll start with Ironfish, since that's a coin the dartboard told me to mine. Fate told me to mine it, so I did. So I've been getting 67 gigahash per second, pulling 525 watts at the wall on Ironfish, which is very close to what was reported here on hashrate.no. They're saying 70 gigahash per second using 540 watts. So I'm mining slightly less iron, but I'm mining more efficiently and spending slightly less on power. So we'll call that a wash for comparison's sake. I like that hashrate.no is reasonably accurate and that they consider good overclocks in their data. So we'll use them for this comparison video. So here's the Ironfish chart for the past week or so. And as you can see, it's looking pretty nasty, guys. Looks like poor Ironfish fell off a cliff, broke its leg, couldn't climb back up. So anyway, also now I have to acknowledge some black swan events that happened this past week during testing. You probably already heard that Binance and Coinbase, they've both been sued by the SEC and Gary Gensler. Thanks a lot, Gary. And that sent the crypto market into a downward spiral. So that news is likely to have affected the overall results of my testing. Okay, so back to Ironfish specifically. Ironfish tokenomics aren't as squeaky clean as some of the other algorithms I'll be going over today. Its Genesis block basically gave 65% of that first block's 42 million Ironfish to the team in one way or another. So that's over 27 million Ironfish right off the bat. I'm not sure if the SEC likes that sort of thing, and maybe investors in the coin know that. Also, Ironfish is now mineable on FPGA, so there's a possibility that FPGA miners are mining the crap out of Ironfish and dumping the coins because they're ahead of the game in profitability right now, and they can do that. So anyway, enough of my speculation, back to the data. So I mined Ironfish for 9 days, and I was able to mine 6 Ironfish in that time on my 6-card 3070 rig. From a profitability standpoint, on 10-cent power, using today's data, I'm currently mining at a loss of 28 cents per day. I know that the price fluctuates day to day. I know that minute to minute it fluctuates, but if you look at that chart, it's pretty plain to see Ironfish took a pretty big hit. So for easy math's sake, let's just say I was mining at a loss of 28 cents for 9 days. That's a total loss of about $2.52. Now, to me, that doesn't sound so bad. You know how crypto can be. For all we know, Ironfish pumps, and those 6 little Ironfish that I mined could be worth $12 instead of $8 it's worth today. So price fluctuation, it changes everything. All right, so now let's see how things would have been playing out if I had just left my 3070 rig on Kaspa. It was on Kaspa before I decided to switch that one over to my Ironfish. So if you watched my channel at all, you guys probably know I love Kaspa. Kaspa's chart doesn't look as bad as Ironfish. Kaspa today is worth about 0.015 cents. Still not profitable at 10-cent power rates though. Looks like we would have lost about 19 cents per day, and I would have mined for a total loss over 9 days, $1.71. So once again, I don't really mind that. Everything could change tomorrow, and if I would have had my rigs off for the past 9 days and Kaspa pumped, I would have been kicking myself. Plus, I'm mining to hodl. I'm not selling these coins unless I have to, or unless I have some like great opportunity. I usually only sell if I take profits and buy mining gear with that so I can reinvest it. And that's rare. So it's not financial advice, but in my mind, hodling changes everything. So, all right, next let's take a look at Ergo. I love Ergo as a project as well. I was mining it before and after the Ethereum merge. It killed me when the difficulty skyrocketed and stayed there. I mined for a long time for free to try and help the Ergo team get over that difficulty hump, because I believe in the project, and I mined it all the way over until I switched to Kaspa in December and January. I was actually dual mining Ergo and Kaspa for a little while, then switched straight to Kaspa. So I've got a big bag of Ergo for mining and buying. So anyway, let's talk about this chart. Ergo's chart is interesting here, guys. I'm not sure what happened, but it looks like it pumped recently. I'm not 100% sure why. We could speculate wildly like I was earlier. It's kind of fun to do that sometimes. So I know they have some big things going on, like the Rosen Bridge. They're one of those projects the SEC just can't F with, because they're a fair launch, layer 1, decentralized proof of work coin. So SEC can go F off. They're not going to be able to do anything really big to Ergo. So maybe that's why Kaspa still looks pretty good on the chart too, hey? Anyway, speculation over. Let's look at profitability, just the data, not my opinion. Probably don't care about my opinion anyway. Just kidding. So I know you guys care. Anyway, so it looks slightly better as far as profitability goes compared to Kaspa on that 10-cent power. We're looking at a daily loss of 18 cents, which makes the 9-day total loss $1.62. Still not bad. Same thing as Kaspa. I'm mining and buying to hodl, and I think this coin has massive potential. Not financial advice, of course, just my opinion. All right, let's now talk about Dynex. Dynex is the only coin here that I haven't mined before, guys. So I can't speak from personal experience about mining this coin, but it does look really intriguing to me. Dynex is a fair launch, no pre-mine, decentralized neuromorphic supercomputing platform. And that's a mouthful to say. So, I mean, that's a badass sounding tagline, though. Basically, it means that this type of computing power can be used for rendering, engineering smart cities, portfolio optimization and finance, gaming, of course. That's the fun stuff. The list goes on. So it's not financial advice, but I have a feeling Dynex has a strong use case and some major potential in the future. So Dynex's chart, I mean, it looks pretty good over the past week. Started off at about 22 cents and landed about 19 cents today, even after all the Binance and Coinbase FUD. So, okay. Anyway, let's look at profitability. So right off the bat, I mean, I can tell you this is the winner, guys. It's pretty obvious if you look at the chart and the hashrate.no profitability. It's right off the bat, it's obvious. So Dynex is the only coin in my group that would have been profitable. Damn Dartboard. Dartboard screwed me up, man. So anyway, at 10 cent power rate, I would have been in the green at 31 cents per day, and the 9-day total profit would have been $2.79. So there's a pretty big profit difference over 9 days. If you compare Dynex to Ironfish, Dynex was the winner, Ironfish was the loser. That's a $5.31 difference between Dynex and Ironfish, and that adds up to be a lot over time. And of course, things change every day, every week, every second. But that's what I'm looking at today. That's what it would have been today. So this might sound crazy, but even though the Dartboard of Decision led me to the least profitable coin out of the bunch, I actually don't even mind. I learned a lot making this video, and I like that I got more experience and some exposure to Ironfish, and I got to mine Ironfish. I do feel like there's a future for privacy coins and like Ironfish, and I like to mine for projects that I've researched and understand. So I like to stack big bags of coins that I believe in, and I think that will do well in the future. And I don't plan to sell what I mine until the next bull run. I'm a hodler, so I care more about yield. I usually try to keep mining a coin that I like until some outside force makes me change my plans. For instance, if it wasn't for ASICs hitting the Kaspa network soon, I'd still be mining Kaspa on my GPUs and FPGAs. Speaking of that, I should be receiving my KS0, the Kaspa ASIC that I ordered from Ice River in 2 days on June 13th. So, and hopefully I'll be receiving my KS1 shortly after that. So stay tuned to my channel if you're interested in that whole story. Anyway, so back to Ironfish. I can weather the storm, just look at what happened when I was mining it. I got bad news from the SEC about Binance and Coinbase, and Ironfish crapped out. Every crypto chart went blood red. But then I got some good news that I could switch my FPGA rig over to mine Ironfish. So I was able to get my FPGAs on the algorithm quickly because I was already doing a deep dive into Ironfish. So I was kind of lucky in that regard. I hit the Ironfish dartboard. I was already ready to go on Ironfish, and I found out FPGAs could be switched over, and I have FPGAs. Check out my FPGA rig build and check out my FPGA how-to on how to mine Ironfish if you guys are interested in that kind of thing. So anyway, so I like this quote, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. So like I said, I already had my wallet set up, and I learned about good overclocks on Ironfish, and I could easily compare firsthand data if it was worth switching over from Kaspa to Ironfish for my FPGAs. And I was able to do it quickly, and I'm pretty profitable on my FPGAs on Ironfish right now, guys. So anyway, I'll close with this. Another thing I say in this video is financial advice. But if luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity, start preparing now. We just had a Black Swan event with Binance and Coinbase, blood's in the streets. We're deep in the bear market. It's scary, but opportunities are popping up all the time, and you don't want to miss them because you weren't prepared. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please like and subscribe. It took a long time to put it together and get all the data, and I'm having fun with it, but I hope you guys are also learning, and I'm learning too. It's great. I love this stuff. So anyway, keep it decentralized for the greater good.
The greater good.